Welcome to the deep dive. Look, we all know the feeling, right? Your phone's photo gallery is just overflowing.
Yeah, constantly full.
And those cloud storage bills keep creeping up. Plus, there's that little nagging feeling, about who actually has your photos, your memories.
And self-hosting options in the past, let's be honest, they were often slow, kind of clunky.
Exactly. Not quite the smooth experience we get elsewhere.
Right. But that's where Immich really shines. It's like this beacon of hope. Maybe it's fast, it's open source, built for mobile first.
And it has those Google Photos features people love.
Pretty much, yeah. Object recognition, maps, sharing. But the key difference, you and only you control everything. Your data stays yours.
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then. We're going from being maybe a bit too reliant on the cloud
Yeah, depends.
to actually building your own private, powerful photo kingdom
Yeah.
right at home.
Kicking things off, let's talk hardware. Immich isn't super lightweight.
Right, needs some muscle.
Definitely. Think about video transcoding, editing photos on the fly, and especially the machine learning stuff, recognizing faces, objects. That needs decent processing power.
So not something you just toss onto a basic NAS box, like an old TrueNAS with a Celeron.
Probably not ideal, no. It would likely struggle. For this, we actually dug out an old Dell Inspiron 660s. Had an i5, 8 gigs of RAM. It was just sitting around from a previous home lab project.
Perfect repurposing. And the OS.
We went with AirborneSurfer LTS. That machine had Windows 10 on it before, and it was just slow, bogged down. A lean server OS like Ubuntu was the way to go for performance.
Makes sense. Get rid of the overhead.
Exactly. So we get Ubuntu installed, feeling pretty good, and then, bam. First challenge, the mystery of the missing terabyte.
Yes. You install it on a 1 TB drive, you boot it up, and DFH it.
At the 87 gigs available, you're thinking, where did the rest of my drive go?
It's a classic Linux setup moment, isn't it? What was the culprit there?
It was LVM Logical Volume Management. The default Ubuntu server install, well, it only allocated a small chunk for the main file system. The rest was just sitting there, unallocated within the LVM setup.
So how do you fix that for anyone listening who might hit the same thing?
It's actually not too bad once you know what's happening. You use a couple of commands, extend to tell LVM to use all the free space,
Okay.
and then resize twos to make the actual file system aware of that new, larger space. Quick commands, and boom, your terabyte is back.
Nice. One problem down. But the path to self-hosted glory is rarely smooth, right? What was next?
GPG errors. Tried to update apt after adding the Docker repository, and nope, error messages.
Always something. What's the deal with GPG keys in this context? Why did it complain?
Well, it's a security thing and a really important one. The error meant the system couldn't verify that the Docker software we were about to download was legit, that it actually came from Docker and wasn't tampered with.
Right, you need that cryptographic signature check.
Exactly. So the fix involved manually grabbing Docker's public GPG key and adding it to the system's trusted list. Had a few typos the first time, fat fingers on the command line.
Happens to the best of us.
But yeah, once the key was added correctly, apt was happy and we could proceed securely.
Okay, foundations are solid, disk space sorted, security keys in place. Now for the magic that actually runs Immich. Docker and Docker Compose.
Right. Docker, think of it like standardized shipping containers for software. Packages everything an app needs to run.
Isolates it.
Yep, and Docker Compose, that's the conductor. Immich isn't just one thing, it's several services working together, the database, the main app, machine learning workers. Compose starts and manages them all.
So installation is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, sudo apt install for the Docker packages, but one really important step after installing.
Let me guess, permissions.
Spot on. You need to add your user to the Docker group. Otherwise, you'll be typing sudo for every Docker command, which isn't ideal. So sudo usermod -ag docker user log out, log back in.
And then the classic test.
Docker run hello world. If that works, you're good to go.
Cool. Docker's ready. But we don't want our photos living only on the Dell's internal drive, right? We need proper network storage.
Absolutely critical, especially for scalability and, frankly, data safety. We used to share from a TrueNAS server, called it Kodachrome, for nostalgia.
Nice. So how do you connect Ubuntu to that TrueNAS share reliably?
Few steps. First, install the tools needed, sipsutils. Then make a directory on the Ubuntu server where the share will appear like Amic Kodachrome.
Okay, the melt point.
Exactly. Then you need your TrueNAS login details. Store those securely in a file only root can read, like root.smb credentials. Don't just put passwords in plain text config files.
Good security practice.
Definitely. And finally, a magic line and etc. stab. This tells Ubuntu to automatically mount the TrueNAS share every time it boots up using those credentials. We added things like user ID mapping and no fail, so if the NAS is offline, the server still boots.
Smart. And verify it.
Yep, df-ht mnt Kodachrome. Seeing that 2.7 terabytes mounted successfully, that felt good.
All right, almost there. Storage is linked. Time to actually get Immich running.
Okay, deep breaths. We needed Immich's own configuration files. That's the docker-compose.eml and a file called .env. Pulled those down into a directory. A Potomac seemed logical.
And the .env file is where the key settings live.
That's the one. Crucial edits here. First, upload location. We changed that from the default to Emin Kodachrome, telling Immich to save everything directly to our NAS share.
Makes sense. What else?
Super important. Change the DB password. The default is just Immich. You absolutely need a strong, unique password there.
Security first.
Always. And finally, set the TZ variable to your time zone, like America Los Angeles. This makes sure photo timestamps are correct.
Got it. Edit's done. Hit the launch button.
Pretty much. Just one command. Docker compose uptap AE. This tab runs it all in the background. And then you wait a bit as it downloads and starts all the containers.
In that moment when you see all the services running?
Success. Yeah, it's a great feeling. Now, how do you actually see it?
All right, you need the Ubuntu server's IP address. You can usually find that with UMIP8 or hostname IHI.
Grab that IP, open your web browser, and go to http.yourserverip.2283. Port 2283 is Immich's default.
And that should bring up the Immich setup screen.
Bingo! You'll see the welcome page, ready for you to create your first admin user account.
Wow, so we went from that photo overload anxiety through missing terabytes, GPG hurdles, Docker setups, network shares.
You're having this really capable private photo management system running. It's got features that honestly rival the big cloud providers. But you hold the keys. Your data stays home.
It really is about reclaiming that control, isn't it? That digital sovereignty over your own memories. So the next steps for you listening might be getting the mobile app connected for automatic uploads.
Yeah, or setting up secure remote access with a reverse proxy if you want to get to it from outside your home network. Backups are crucial too.
Definitely need backups. Or maybe figuring out how to import photos you already have stored somewhere else. Lots you can do now.
The foundation is built. Now you can really build out your photo kingdom. Go reclaim those memories.